West Ham 3, Chelsea 1. No, this isn't from last year. This is Chelsea Football Club in 2023-24 Premier League game. Chelsea lose again, 3-1 West Ham. West Ham deserve everything they got out of today's performance, but the second half was beyond pathetic. You start off really well. You have so many engaging moments in the first half. Then all of a sudden, you roll out in the second half. Yes, you missed the penalty. It's understandable Enzo Fernandez can miss a penalty, but you don't drop your heads. You don't get upset. You don't play in the second half like it's a foregone conclusion you're going to win. And guess what happens? You get West Hammed. 3-1 West Ham against Chelsea Football Club. Let's get into it. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly. And I am absolutely fuming today. You know, we should have started the season better. Yes, you pick up one good point against Liverpool. Should have won the game. Should be 3 points. Okay, no problem. You know, you accept that 1 point. You say next week we'll get back to good stuff. All of a sudden, 1 point from 6 and Chelsea just look absolutely shocked. Now we're playing catch up on everyone else. Thank you very much. Pathetic performance. Let's get into it. Please do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because one thing I give you guys is the cold honest truth. I do not sugarcoat. I do not have favorites. I do not have players I have agendas against. I say it how it is, what I saw with my eyes. Today was not good enough. Subscribe, like the video, because I am annoyed today. So let's get into the ugly. We need to talk about the ugly. I don't care what anyone says, right? The ugly, the first one. The penalty should have been retaken. If it's 1-1 and you miss the penalty, you need to go back to the catalyst. You need to go back to the moment that literally cost Chelsea the game. Chelsea would have went 2-1 up. The way we were playing, confidence would have been soaring through the veins. Every player would have been super confident. Penalty should have been retaken, didn't get retaken, and guess what happened? Guess what happens? Chelsea capitulate. Souček was encroaching. Souček encroached into the box. That penalty should have been retaken, but Enzo missed it. Penalties happen, all right? That's the first ugly one. The second one, what is it with us and our injury? Why is it when we have good stuff, when we have stuff that works, all of a sudden, we can't have nice players for longer than 15 minutes? Carney Chukwuemeka was amazing in the first half, and we'll talk about him. However, the minute he came off, you saw the difference when Carney came off, by the way. There is no link up, and this is why I am so begging this club, go and get me a number 10. Go and get me a forward man. Get me a Kudos. Get me somebody that can create and has some numbers in him. Carney today epitomized what we need in that number 8 role. And guess what? It looks like he's got an ACL injury. It looks like he's got another knee injury. So now Chelsea all of a sudden go from having no number attacking 8 or a 10 to 0. We've got nobody. Another youngster who scored a very good goal, who deserves all the praise, now is injured. And guess what? We're going to have to go back into the market. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. That was the ugly. Let's get into the bad, because we need to break down this performance. And at the end, there is some good stuff. So please, stick to the end and let's get the bad. I'm going to tell you this once, and I'm only going to tell you this once. I do not want to see Pochettino's stupid tactics, where he tries to be innovative, where he tries to be creative, where he tries to be thinking outside of the box. Guys, let me explain to you something. Play left backs as left backs, play centre mids as centre mids, play strikers as strikers. I don't want to see Ben Chilwell left wing, Mikhailo Mudryk left centre midfield, because that's what we had at one point. Mikhailo Mudryk basically played as an 8. He's a touchline winger. He has always been a touchline winger. He's somebody that lacks confidence at the moment. You need to give him shots of adrenaline. You need to give him some faith. And what do? You keep Ben Chilwell on the left-hand side. Why? Because he's the captain. Drop him. Ben Chilwell today was bad. I'm telling you again. Yes, Ben Chilwell had a few little combinations in the first half, but realistically speaking, what did Ben Chilwell do today? The number of positions he's got himself into to cross the ball effectively, very poor. So then we need to start talking about 10 men. You get a team to 10 men. You get a gift from Asgard. That's what the guy's name is. You get a gift from Asgard. Jackson takes the hit for the team. Make sure the guy's sent off. Jackson sold that very well, by the way. Jackson done very, very well to sell it. Then, all of a sudden, you got 10 men. They got 2 backs and 4. You need to start having some ingenuity. You need to have some creativity. You need to have some players step up and say, you know what? I am going to make sure that this is not going to end in a negative way. Chelsea 3, 1 down is not going to happen. We are going to win this game 3-2. West Ham make it 3-1. Of course they do. But this is the pathetic standpoint from Chelsea. Chelsea once again did not create any chances. Chelsea didn't test Areola, and Chelsea didn't even venture to take any pot shots. This is what really frustrated me. Like, what are we doing here, people? Like, we had 45 minutes of basicness. Now we need to get into the main culprit that made it 2-1. The ball drops to Disasi. Disasi toe pokes it away in a Sunday League fashion. Then it gets to Antonio, and he gives Antonio all the space. And this is where I get really frustrated, because I even tweeted out during the game, you just got Mikel Antonio. And this is Antonio's bread and butter. In the first half, Antonio and Disasi get into a little, I'm going to call it a topsy-turvy, all right? They get into a little pushing battle, and then Disasi chases him around because he got outstrength, and he's like, how can I get outstrength? And he clamps him. He takes the yellow card. No need to take the yellow card. I was like, this guy is an emotional defender. This guy isn't using his brain. He's literally, in that moment, thinking, how did I lose this battle? I'm going to clamp him. No, you can't just clamp players for the sake of clamping players. You need to be smart. Get back in position. Trust your teammates to do your job. You are literally 80 yards away from your goal. You're in their half. Disasi buys it, clamps him, boom. All of a sudden, he gets a yellow card. Then, in the second half, he gives the ball away. Caught one-on-one with who? Antonio. Colwell's behind him. Colwell's trying to get back around to get back goal side. Slow him down. Slow him down. He doesn't just slow him down. He gives him a good 3 yards to take a shot. He gives him a 3 yards and Antonio belts it. When I tell you Antonio struck that so crisp, yeah, I felt it going through me. Yeah, it didn't even literally, the way it went through, Robert Sanchez couldn't do anything in my opinion in that situation. The power, the velocity in the shot, purely the distance he was from goal. And he had a clean strike. There literally wasn't anyone there. If anything, Disasi's fat ass was blocking him. Disasi was blocking the view. He didn't get tight, nor did he like do anything. He literally stood off him. And it cost us. It absolutely cost us. The toothlessness up top. You don't take your chances. This is what happens. And this is what I was afraid of. And this is what I've been reiterating. Like the defense. I like the midfield. Don't trust the keeper. Don't trust the forward line. Mudryk is too young, too raw. Madueke has hardly played. Came on, couple nice little jabs. A little bit of a this, little bit of a that, a little bit of this. Cross, nothing effective. Nothing effective. I didn't understand what Noni Madueke's impact on this game was. You got Jackson just being a chaos baller, and you know what? I like it. I really do. I like the fact that Jackson gets around, he buzzes around, creates chances. You bring a 20-year-old kid from Charlton on, bro, I've never heard of him in my life. Like, I don't know what they found there, but if he's your backup option, we have got big problems. Like, we really do have big problems. And the performance today, Pochettino, I expect more. I expect more than just give the ball and let's vibes it out. Let's give the ball and let's just vibes it out. Because now you're under pressure already. Like 2 games in, people are going to start asking questions. You don't beat Luton next week convincingly, people are going to start saying that he's the Spurs gaffer, isn't he? Like, I know what my fan base is like. Not me. You listen, you've got me for 19 games. You need to show me from 1 to 19 some sort of style of play, some sort of methodology that we're going with, some sort of camaraderie from the team, some sort of integration of the young players, development of the young players. 19 games you have with me. Then I make a judgment, and then we go on from there. I'm not saying I'm going to be Poch out. I'm not going to say I'm Poch's biggest fan. But so far, Poch has been good. Today was a bad day for Pochettino as well. Sanchez in goal, looks shaky. Never going to convince me. Robert Sanchez will never convince me he's a #1 at Chelsea. Like, we just need to get through this season and then get a new keeper. This guy, just shaky warrior, man. He's not a good goalkeeper. We need to be positive and we need to be honest. Raheem Sterling looked very good in the first half. Raheem Sterling was direct. Raheem Sterling was creative. Raheem Sterling was causing all sorts of problems. Raheem Sterling was doing stuff that Martinelli and Saka do for us. He just literally was running at people and causing all sorts of problems. He was the entity that everyone thought we acquired when we signed him from Manchester City. He literally looked good. And this is why I always say, we need to trust players and let them play through problems. We need to trust them to play through difficult moments and they will shine. And I thought Raheem Sterling was our best player. Raheem Sterling created a few opportunities. I don't know how Jackson and Carney did not score that chance when Raheem Sterling literally blitzed through 3 people, got to the byline, crossed it. Jackson skied the ball, literally tried to kick it. went through Carney's leg, came to Ben Chilwell, 46th minute off the line. And it was just annoying. We won a penalty, Enzo missed the penalty, and it all came from the positives of Raheem Sterling. He was very good. Then we need to talk about the alternative way of positives, the impacted through intangible. The way Jackson played in the first half, I think he burned himself out. I genuinely do. I think he was causing all sorts of problems. His pace was absolutely electric. I think you saw the positives in this individual. You see what he can become. He needs to bring in the finish. Once he brings in the finishing, we've got one heck of a player on our hands. And today, he caused more problems. He caused a lot of problems for Konate and Van Dijk. Caused a lot of problem to Asgard and Zuma, and it just worked out well. It's just the finishing is not there, and this is why I wanted him to take the penalty. He scores a penalty, all of a sudden everyone's like, you know what? He's got one, let's get on it. Come on. We're winning 2-1. He's got striker's got like, he's puffed up his chest, got his shoulder blades back, everything's ready for him to bench press. He's moving good. Nope. We got Enzo taking it, Enzo misses, and alternatively it's a bad performance all round in the second half. First half, Enzo Fernandez was knocking it around like he was on the park. Like literally, the way he was playing, it was continuation of the Liverpool game. Continuation of that second half in Liverpool. Knocking the ball around, creating chances, Gallagher having a few pot shots thanks to Enzo, and all in all, Chelsea looked like a very good team. Utterly dominating. Dominance personified. You get the Malo Gusto getting his debut, who, in my opinion, looked very good. I think Malo Gusto, yes, attacking-wise, he's just not Reece James. You can say whatever you want, he's just not Reece James. He's never going to be Reece James. We're not seeing none of that robustness that you see from Reece James. And Carney Chukwuemeka, good goal, very good performance until he just got injured. And we just can't catch a break, man. It looks like the kid's going to be out for months. Not weeks, months. He's going to be out for a considerable period of time. That injury did not look good. He couldn't even put weight on his left foot. But he was the link. He was the link between the attack and the defense. He was picking up the ball. He was literally, the defense would get the ball to the midfield, Carney in behind. Carney in behind. Carney beat a man, smash it. And yet, we're losing him now. This is bad. Like, I'm genuinely worried about this season. Like, and I'm worried because of the front three. I don't see us having enough goals. I think Sterling will get us around about 10. I think Jackson, he'll get us 10. And I think Nkunku would have got us 15 to 17. That would have been enough. But it's not enough. We don't have Nkunku now. Now the dependency has to go on Mudryk and Noni. And I don't trust them. I really don't. Guys, this is the Kavkas View. I am very frustrated. I'm very agitated. I thought we were done with these kind of performances, man, where we're good for 45 and then shocking for the next 45. It's annoying, but I hope it doesn't ruin your moods too much, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. I'm a bit frustrated, man. West Ham 3, Chelsea 1. Pathetic.